How can this still be spirit-born? How can this chocolate factory turn waste in chevalier? How can these electronic waste twin life? For over a century, industrial development has largely depended on the linear economy model. Take gives me gives with the spines. Resources are consumed once. War waste continuously accumulates. The circular economy seeks to break away from this when your mind says it is an economic growth model centered on efficient and circular use of resources, guided by the principles of reduction, reuse and recycling and recovery. With low consumption, low emissions, and high efficiency, it aligns with the goals of sustainable development. Reduce in the design and production stages. Lightweight design, modular components, and easily disassembled structures are applied. Too many means the resource use and waste generation. Reuse at the end of a product's life cycle. Refurbishment, repair, and upgrades are carried out to extend product longevity and prevent premature disposal. Recycling, recovery. When products can no longer be used, favorable raw materials are maximally recovered and reintegrated into production. Form natural choice, group of material circulation. The circular economy is not simply about recycling. From the very beginning of design, it considers the entire life cycle, from cradle to cradle, ensuring resources are not used just once, break continuously, create their 5 through circulation. The circular economy is being adopted by more and more industries, not only because it is an environmental concept, but because it delivers clear and tangible economic, environmental, and social benefits. Economically through recycling, remanufacturing, refurbishing, and extending product lifespans, companies significantly reduce raw material procurement and waste management costs. The circular model helps businesses mitigate raw material price volatility, strengthen supply chain resilience, and low overall operational expenses. Environmentally, systematic waste recovery and resource release is landfill pressure, which is heavy metal pollution, and improve water and soil ecosystems. Socially, the circular economy continues why generates new employment opportunities from design, disassembly, repair, refurbishment, to remanufacturing, creating numerous grain jobs while enhancing skill levels and human capital quality. Waste reduction and pollution control also significantly improve residents' living environment and health. Meanwhile, resource conservation laid greater development space for future generations. At ArcelorMittal, the world's largest steel producer, circular economy principles have been deeply integrated into core operations. The company actively promotes electrograg furnace (EF) technology, efficiently recycling scrap steel while using 100% renewable energy for steel production. This significantly reduces dependence on iron ore and coal, while cutting both carbon emissions and production costs. In addition, in 2009, the Indiana Harbor plant invested $63.20 million in waste heat recovery systems, generating 333,000 megawatts of electricity annually, saving around $20 million in energy costs each year and reducing 340,000 tons of CO emissions. By 2012, multiple energy efficiency upgrades. 1. Implement the cross-its North American facilities. By 2020, these improvements had cumulatively saved $200 million in energy costs and cut CO emissions by 1.6 million tons, significantly enhancing profitability. In the food sector, Tony Chocolonely is reshaping the chocolate industry through circular economy practices. It's not just by selling fun chocolate, good by building a subway line that is both fair and sustainable. They pioneer true pricing, paying farmers prices above government. STANDIRDS increasing cocoa farmers' incomes by 51% in the 2023-24 season. More importantly, the proportion of child labor among partner farmers has decreased to 10.5%, with long-term partners as low as 4.4%, while forced labor has been nearly eliminated. Through its open chain program, Tony census 100% traceability of its cocoa beans. A total of 26,536 cocoa farms are certified deforestation-free, reducing supply chain carbon emissions by 95% in Cote d'Ivoire, and 87% in Ghana. In its sustainability efforts, cocoa pop husks are reused, ZHUSHIYU cocoa pop syrup, and biodegradable packaging is adopted, achieving near zero waste. And with our initiatives, what we want to make sure of is that they know that it's easy to bring these old devices back to Apple, and we can make sure that they get the best recycling process possible and maximize recovery of these resources. Now that the batteries are removed, we have the rest of the phone, and we now have a bunch of different modules that have different materials in them. And what we found is that the best way to remove the screws that are holding in those modules is to actually just punch them. Yeah. So Liam 1 and Liam 2, before days, we used to actually unscrew everything. We kind of reversed the assembly process.
Yeah.
But it was too slow. It wasn't flexible enough.
Yeah.
And we found that by doing it this way, we can do it a lot more quickly. The other advantage that we found is that this actually allows us to remove some of the other contaminants, right? So that we can get a cleaner aluminum output out of it, right? So we can use it to selectively remove certain metals that we know are going to cause a reduced quality in aluminum recycle rate. But you can see here, the system knows which phone is processing, where the different WIS are, and it just quickly goes around and knocks them all out, so that the modules are then freed up and ready to be removed. We already have really robust programs for recycling any of our devices, so we're working with the best recyclers around the world so that whether it's an iPhone or a MacBook or an iPad, when these devices come back to Apple, we're going to make sure it goes to the best-in-class recycler globally. But we're also investing in new technologies and doing R&D to figure out how can we bring these new recycling approaches to any type of electronic. We have a lot of research in the machine learning and robotics space with academic institutions where we're looking to see how we can bring new